Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, this is my mood for going down to the American Black Film Festival in Miami. I am ready to shake a tail for, and you know what? I'm just ready to be unbothered. I cannot be bothered. I cannot be bothered with what the people are saying. Kind of like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She is completely unbothered. She is busting it, and busting it. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all just go out there and bust it. Just go and bust it. Just bust it down. I mean, just bust it down like you don't care. Wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. I mean, who cares? Who cares what they're saying about you? I mean, they talking. That's what it is. Y'all can already tell I'm on some BS today. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know that Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And so is the Go Naked. I happened to see this last night. Okay. Well, was it last night? No, definitely won't. Was it last night? Was it before or after class? We did our faceless class, y'all. I don't know why you're not in that faceless class. I gotta send everybody their notes, their additional resources, their templates, and all that good stuff like that, so they can get started today. But baby, I saw this and I said, I mean, first of all, they're looking bad. Okay, they're looking good. They're definitely looking good. This collaboration is definitely a smart play for the Porsha. It's also a smart play for the Drew. It's also a smart play for the Cynthia. Cynthia has her hands in a listen. Cynthia's hands are in a matrix of activity, but that's not why I am pointing you all to this post. It's the shade grenade that's thrown. So something that I don't know if you guys recall that Shamea said is kind of wondering why everyone is suddenly, Team Porsha and coming at her. So when she rounded the girls up in the episode when they were in Dallas before the event, Cynthia's gala, she said, I don't know, I guess everybody's the go naked model now. Basically referring to Drew, or maybe indicating that there is hopes that some of the girls could possibly get on Portia's good side and become a go naked girl. Go naked girls. I like that. The go naked girls. It's kind of like the OMG girls, right? All they got to do now is sing. I mean, you got three people, well, two of which can sing. I don't know if Cynthia can sing, but maybe Cynthia. Y'all remember back in the day in the groups? Now, I don't know for certain if every group was like this, but it always seemed like one member of the girl group didn't really sing a lot. Right? She just was kind of ooh and ah in a background and a doo wop pop pop pop. Maybe Cynthia can doo wop pop pop pop. I mean, she's got the height, she's got looks, so she's got cheekbones. So she may not really need to do too much. But Drew can sing. Maybe Drew could take the lead vocal. Porsha could take the second lead, like the Kelly. But I feel like Porsha might want to be out front. But it's the go naked girl. So Porsha got other things going on. So she probably don't want to. I mean, she got to do pamper by Porsha. So she might not necessarily want to be out in the front like that. She might want to leave that to Drew. Let Drew do those most of the vocals, aka like a Beyonce. Then she take the second lead like Kelly, and then Cynthia come in, not necessarily the Michelle, but maybe more or less like the Latavia or the Farrah. Maybe not the Farrah because she didn't last. But y'all know some of those other groups, they would have somebody back in the day. They would have somebody that didn't really sing all that much. I digress. Portia's caption reads, quote, everyone is a go naked model. And then she types, she gives the quote credit to unknown from outside the club. I mean, we know that's Shamea. I'm not even listen. You know what? I know. Shamea, I'm sorry. But The shade is getting really really real around these parts. It's getting really really real with the girls. But you know what? This is kind of like, I think what Porsha manages to do, at least on Instagram and on social media, is she manages to keep the shade somewhat light. So I don't know. As you can see here, she says one thing about us: the hair is never the problem. Okay. So shout out to her for turning this all into, I guess, turning the lemon into lemonade in this instance. I am mad at it. I mean, it is what it is at this point. But definitely that's a direct shot at Shamea. Okay, so I also want to talk to you about Angela. So our friends over at the No Chaser, let me like this page, happened to pick up some of what Angela's issues are with Shamea and criticism about her comments about Porsha Williams in her confessionals. So these are some pickups from X. I'm not on the X, so shout out to No Chaser for y'all getting this tea. So Angela says, well, somebody says, I've seen your last interaction with Shamea, and I'm assuming it is from the preview from the upcoming episode. And Angela says, the person says, I've seen your last interaction with Shamea, and I get it. Last year, she laughed at your marriage, but calling someone a lapdog and all the things you said out of nowhere was just not cool. I think you better than that. Angela says she did more than laugh, hun. She spoke ill of the both of us as well. I'm assuming she's talking about Charles. So someone else says a lot of viewers think that the airings are the only interactions that happen. Angela gives the hands raised up emoji in praise. So another comment says, I've always wanted to know why Shamea didn't receive more smoke from you. To me, Shamea was the ringleader in the whole conversation. Angela says, you had to be there. Someone else says, but why wasn't that brought up at the sit down at Cynthia's house? What was talked about was her not intervening and laughing. Angela says it was not all shown. Britt said Shamea was outside talking about Charles and who she had seen him with. That part did make the episode. Then the same commenter says, okay, trying to give validity to the rumor Britt was throwing out. Got it. Because it was looking a little like beating a dead horse. Production needs to do better with the editing. So maybe Angela meant that it was left out of the episode or it did not make the episode. Angela says this, Kelly repeated what P said and Britt repeated what the other girl said. I'm wondering if she is referring to what the other girl being Shamea, and she refuses to say her name. So then someone says, and she mentioned the houses like you didn't tell us what happened with your real estate or 2 or 3 times already. Like find something else, get something new to dig at. Angela says life got so much better for me after the houses. I can imagine that to be the case. Y'all dealing with houses like that. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. And I do have to give Angela props for just bowing out of that situation. Sometimes you have to lose to win. And that to me, I totally get it, Angela. I feel you on that. If I were to ever interview Angela, I would want to ask her about her business endeavors, especially in real estate, because I just have been through those things myself. And I just know in my mind, like I get it. And I would love to know what was going through her head when she was trying to manage all of these houses, because it's a lot to do just one at a time. So the next person says, it sucks that she's playing hot potato as far as who is to blame in their breakdown. I guess this person is talking about Shamea. I would think it'd be better to get it out of the way earlier in the season, but what do I know? Angela says conversations are being avoided. #deflection. I don't see any reason why either Porsha nor Shamea need to address their friendship if they have agreed at the reunion that they're just going to coexist. I agree totally with the stance that both of them are taking. Now, I don't know how long that can last, because ultimately what it does is there is a deepening wedge that is happening here that at some point is going to have to be addressed by production. But the great thing that they've done with this particular season is because there are so many housewives that you almost can get away with two people not speaking to each other any more than a nod and a wave. So this person says, why don't you press Porsha in person? That is what I want to know. Like, I have been asking that question since the episodes began, because whenever we see Angela in the episodes, she is snuggled up to Porsha. Like, it is very much like, it's weird to me that she has so much energy for Shamea and she has zero for Porsha. Like, I think that if you're gonna be still mad at Shamea for these things that were said last year, then I'm not sure Shamea, who has also apologized, why you wouldn't. If you're gonna have energy for one, have energy for the other. If you're not gonna have energy for Shamea, then okay, then you can. It would be a lot more consistent for me to understand that you don't have that same energy for Porsha. But because you have, like, you go in with Shamea, but there was never anything for Porsha, that to me is kind of weird, especially because you keep saying it in your confessionals this season. So then she says, Peacock. Girl, what? What do you want us to do about Peacock? Like, what does that mean? Is she saying ask Peacock? Is she saying go watch the extended clips on Peacock? Because I'm not seeing it on Peacock when I'm watching the episodes. So someone else says, Peacock said you can't? Blink twice if you need our help. Angela says, babe, it's only $9 a month. Blink if you need help. I don't really understand she doesn't really explain this here. And again, this is to me what I mean by it. Angela frustrates me a little bit because keep the same energy. That's all I really want, is you keep the same energy across the board. And I get it. Different people have different. I think that she's probably playing the long game in this situation with Porsha. I don't think she wants to be on Porsha's bad side. That's just my thought. I think that a lot of the girls don't want to be on Porsha's bad side. And I can't say that I blame them. I mean, listen, the Go Naked girls are winning. Somebody, so then the same one of the commenters says, so you gonna say something next episode? Angela says, nope. Girl, this is interesting to me. Her faces, yeah. I mean, they were given. I like Angela, as y'all know, but I just find her to be a bit inconsistent with who she, like it doesn't always match up. Like, if you're gonna be like the bone carrier and you're gonna be the person holding everybody accountable, then I'm gonna need you to hold people accountable to their face as well as you do it in your confessional. Because in your confessional, you talk mad smack. You still talking about the whole situation with Porsha and Charles. So why not address it with how you really feel, versus running around being mad at Shamea and coming at her? Let's address your beef. And you don't have to worry about Shamea right now. You worry about the beef that's actually bothering you. That's my thing. That's my thing. Okay. But anyway, Atlanta shenanigans, y'all. You either love it or you loathe it. Otherwise, I'm done with my shenanigans for today. I gotta go and pack for Miami, and I gotta get everybody their notes from yesterday's session. If you missed yesterday's session, I don't know why you missed it. Maybe I'll do another one. I don't know, but all I know is if I do it, don't miss it, because you're missing out. Because all of these people are getting their notes, they're getting their templates, they're getting ready to get started. Okay. So with that being said, subscribe, y'all, and like this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right.